Come on, Whips. Come on, Mapes. Hello, everybody. I've just decided to come and take our little dog, or little dogger. She's 3 years old. She's due in the next week or so to have puppies. So I thought I'd just bring her for a slow little walk. She's there. For a little walk around this place we call Whitman Clumps, just up the road, or down the road from where we stay. I just thought I'd chat about how things are going with my running while oh, typical. As I start recording, she decides to do something. So I'll be back. What you got, Mapes? What's that? What's that? Anyway, so yeah, it's the running's going very well at the moment. Go back to last year. I was just running. Come on, Mapes. I was just running to Halfhelt that day, and normally I'll just go out and race. When I say race, I'm quite competitive. I'm pretty sure everybody's competitive to a point. We always want to run hard, no pain, no gain situation. And after about 4 months, I start to get niggles normally. And it's normally my shins. And I end up with shin splints the last 3 times I've kind of run. So I last about 6 months normally while running. Get reasonably quick. And then injure myself and then pack up, and then 6 months later I start again. It's been a constant cycle that for the last 3 years or so, 4 years. I know the wife gets fed up with me because I start doing the running and she goes, oh, okay, you're going to injure yourself again. And it's been a repeat for the last, like I say, 3 years or so, maybe a bit longer. And come on, Mapes. So this time around I saw YouTube podcast by Floris German, or I don't know how to pronounce his surname. I'll put a link in the bottom, and of one of his podcasts about him chatting to, I can't remember, it was one of the guys that ran the London Marathon, and they did a sub 3 hour marathon, and it was quite interesting listening to them talking about just running with low heart rate. And that's all they did was low heart rate. And I thought to myself, oh. And they talk about running low heart rate. You're running nice and slow, so you're not stressing the body out, so you can run more constant and you can run more often. And I thought, well, I do enjoy running. I would like to run more. I'd like to run injury free. So why not? Let's give this a go. Then they say they do hardly any speed work. They do like 2% speed work. So I do enjoy doing speed work, but it is hard work and it is taxing on the body, as everybody, I presume you all know as well. I thought, oh, why not? Let's give this a go. So I've been doing it for the last 2 months or so. It's really slow running. If you see my Strava stuff, I'm running yesterday's run was 7:30, okay, average pace. So it's not really quick. When I first started doing it, I was up over 8 minutes a kilometer pace, which is painfully slow. I know any little uphill I come to, it's a bit of a pain because the heart rate just goes through the roof because I'm not used to this. So it's just getting better. I can see improvements. I'm getting quicker. But this whole thing about low heart rate, I'm probably talking in circles, yeah. Because I just thought I'd bring the camera with and have a chat with everybody. The thing about this low heart rate is you're tapping into your aerobic system. You're busy building that. So you're just basically doing your fat burning thing. So your body's learning to burn fat. So I don't know exactly how it all works properly. So basically when it comes to like marathons and all that, your body gets used to running in that kind of mode and it's just used to it. So I don't know. I've got lots of weird ideas in my head. There's like my half marathon I've got coming up ahead of me. I'm planning on doing I'd like to run under 2 hours, because last year I ran a 2 hour 1. Come on, Mapes. And this year I'd like to run under 2 hours. Ideally 1:45 would be fantastic, but I can't imagine that at all. So we'll have to see how we go. Come on, mapes. Waddles. She waddles along, which is quite nice. Where was I going? Yes, so I'd like to run a 1:45. Ideally, wild dreams in a way, but who knows, I might get there. I'd love to run about a 1:30 marathon, half marathon. Yeah, that would be really nice, but that's a long way away. Let's go back to marathons. I did quite a few marathons when I was in my middle 20s, back in South Africa, where I come from. I used to do a lot of running back then, and I did a few marathons. Nothing fantastic. I think my first marathon I ever did was a 4-hour 10, which was nice. Nice time for a first one, but I finished that one in real pain, I remember. And oops, dog poo. Yeah, it was real pain. I finished that, and I carried on doing marathons because I enjoyed it, because I always wanted to do a race called Comrades Marathon. If you know about it, it's a big race in South Africa, which I always wanted to do, and most people want to do it that run. So I trained up for that. I remember doing an ultra marathon, Chatsworth Ultra, which was 56 kilometers, and it was probably one of my favorite races. Very undulating, up and down like a big roller coaster. And I remember running with a group of guys, and we were just constant 5 minutes a kilometer, 5 minutes a kilometer, and carried on like that all the way. And I went through marathon in just about 3 hours 30. I couldn't believe it. I ran a 3:30, but fell apart after that, and my ultra was terrible. But I just think, wow, I ran a 3:30 back then. Can I do it nowadays? Because I used to do a lot of running back then, as I'm saying that, and I reckon I was fairly quick. So I remember, if I go back even further, back to school times, I remember setting records for 1500 meters, 800 meters that hadn't been broken for a while, and I managed to break them. So I got a bit of running in me. As life went on, when I go back from school days and got into high school, I carried on running, but peer pressure. I started smoking and started drinking and all that stuff, and everything fell apart. So, I've got people coming towards me, so time to stop talking. Let me go for the time being. I really got to get used to vlogging in public, because there was just 4 ladies doing a little bit of a walk around, and I felt silly holding the camera in front of me. Anyhow, I've got to get over this summer, so I get myself right. So anyway, so yeah, I started smoking, drinking, just the crowds I got into, and running just got put on hold. And that was my teens, my late teens, early 20s. I started running while I was smoking. So all my times that I used to do back, oh sorry about the wind, suddenly it's starting to blow up here. All my runs back then were all through smoking and drinking, which was not the greatest, but so I think I've got it in me to run a good marathon time. I do enjoy running, as long as I don't injure myself. I think I could do it. Wild dream would be to run a sub 3 hour. Now, saying that, and I'm only running 7 minutes a kilometer at the moment, and I'd like to run a sub 3 hour. That just seems ridiculous. Anyway, check these views out. Let me have a look. You probably can't see it with this camera because it doesn't give it justice at all. Let's have a look. I'm busy on top of a mound. It's gorgeous weather today. So there we go. Where's me Preggy's dog? Hello, my doggy. Hello, my doggy. Come on, let's carry on our walk. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a bit of history about how I'm getting on. So things are going great, and I'm just going to carry on doing this whole full methadone method. There's links at the bottom you'll explain a bit more. You can go and look it up, full methadone, and this whole method of how I'm running. I know a lot of people I guess it's different for everybody because everybody has different ideas and all those other things. And I've done intervals. I joined the running club. I've been running with a running club, and I always tend to go out with the FOSS guys and constantly just running quick, so I'm always injuring myself. So now that I'm doing this MEF, as it's called, and I'm doing it nice and slow, which is nice. So that's the story. Is gorgeous day today. Should be running, but I'm busy doing 10% increases per week. So no run today because I want to run park run tomorrow. So if I run today, I can't do park run. So, ooh, am I pointing the camera? Sorry, I was watching the dog and pointing the camera somewhere else. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. I'm busy heading back towards the car because she is pregnant and I don't want to finish her off. And worst thing I'd like to, well, first thing could happen is she starts to have her puppies now because she's due any minute. So, yeah, the wife would probably take my head off if she saw me. Anyway, let me go. Cheers all, have a great weekend, and I'll do another video tomorrow after the park run. I'll try to do my best to film a bit. Cheers.